CHAP. 3 of the magnetic or sympathetic unguent, the powder of sympathy, armory unguent, curing of wounds, ecstasies, witchcraft, mummies, and c. We shall now show some remarkable operations that are effected by magnetism, and founded upon natural sympathy and antipathy, likewise how by these means some extraordinary cures may be performed. The goodness of the Creator everywhere extended, created everything for the use of ungrateful man, neither did he admit any of the theologists, or divines, as assistants in counsel, how many or how great the virtues he should infuse into things natural. But there are those who venture to measure the wonderful works of God by their own sharpened and refined wit, whereby they deny God to have given such virtue to things, as though man, a worm, was able, by his narrow and limited capacity, to comprehend omniscience. He therefore measures the minds of all men by his own, who think that cannot be done, which they cannot understand. They therefore can only develop the mysteries of nature, who being versed in the art of Kabbalah, fire, and magic, examine the properties of things, and draw, from darkness into light, the lurking powers of man, animals, vegetables, minerals, and stones, and, separating the crudities, dregs, poisons, heterogeneities, that are the thorns implanted in virgin nature from the curse. For an observer of nature sees daily she doth distill, sublime, calcine, ferment, dissolve, coagulate, fix, and see. Therefore we who are the ministers of nature do separate, and see, finding out the causes and effects of every phenomena she produces. Now, as magnetism is ordained for the use of man, and for the curing of the various disorders incident to human nature, we shall first touch upon the grand subject of magnetism, known to possess wonderful properties, and which are not only evident to every eye, but show us sufficient grounds for our admitting the possibility and reality of magnetism in general. The lodestone possesses an eminent medicinal faculty, against many violent and implacable disorders. Helmont says, that the back of the lodestone, as it repulses iron, so also it removes gout, swellings, rheum, and c. That is of the nature or quality of iron. The iron-attracting faculty, if it be joined to the mummy of a woman, and the back of the lodestone be put within her thigh, and the belly of the lodestone on her loins, it safely prevents a miscarriage, already threatened, but the belly of the lodestone applied within the thigh and the back to her loins, it doth wonderfully facilitate her delivery. Likewise the wearing the lodestone cases and prevents the cramp, and such like disorders and pains. Ulricus Borch, a Dominican friar, published a book at Frankfurt in the year 1611, concerning the lamp of life, in which we shall find, taken from Paracelsus, the true magnetical cure of many diseases, viz. the dropsy, gout, jaundice, and c. For if thou shalt enclose the warm blood of the sick in the shell and white of an egg, which is exposed to a nourishing warmth, and this blood, being mixed with a piece of flesh, thou shalt give to a hungry dog, the disorder departs from thee into the dog, no otherwise than the leprosy of Naaman passed over into Gehazi through the execration of the prophet. If women, weaning their infants, shall milk out their milk upon hot burning coals, the breast soon dries. If any one happens to commit nuisance at thy door, and thou wilt prevent that beastly trick in future, take the poker red hot, and put it into the excrement, and, by magnetism, his posteriors shall become much scorched and inflamed. Make a small table of the lightest, whitest, and basest kind of lead, and at one end put a piece of amber, and, 3 spans from it, lay a piece of green vitriol. This vitriol will soon lose its color and acid, both which effects are found in the preparation of amber. The root of the Caroline thistle being plucked up when full of juice and virtue, and tempered with the mummy of man, will exhaust the powers and natural strength out of a man, on whose shadow thou shalt stand, into thyself.